Good morning. Well, indeed. I mean, with the election last year, obviously businesses were pleased to see a new government with a large mandate in a 4-year term, bringing some stability, political stability. And of course, the budget has had, a really negative impact on business confidence, as you outlined there. It is the first time that tax has been a number one issue for businesses for many, many years, driven, of course, by national insurance increases. And that means that there is only so much money in the pot, right? So they are going to look at other ways of dealing with that. It may be about putting up prices. It may be about pulling back on investment. And that's really crucial. We know that in business, investment drives economic growth, or it may be about looking at slowing down on recruitment. And we don't want to see any of those things happen.
Do you have concerns about the competence of this Labour government? This show, like many others, questioned the competence of the Truss Kwarteng duopoly at the top of British politics a couple of years ago. Do you have similar concerns about the competency of Rachel Reeves as Chancellor of the Exchequer?
What we have said to the Chancellor, and you heard her in the budget, is we recognise that we recognise what she said, that she's got to she's got to increase taxes to fill her black hole. But what we need to see her do now is mitigate against that. What are we going to do to drive the economy? So businesses are going to have to shoulder this tax increase. But what we want to see her is act, and they need to act quickly. It's important that they're putting strategies in place, industrial strategy, trade strategy, infrastructure plan, etc., for later on this year. But we need to see action now. We need to see progress now. So what we want to see is a much accelerated review of business rates, for example, another upfront tax for business. We want to see acceleration in the infrastructure plan she's talked about. So the Chancellor talked about building houses, hospitals, energy, transport. Those are really positive for SME supply chains, small business supply chains around the country. And thirdly, exports. The UK is one market. There are 190 markets out there. But let's rebuild our relationship with our biggest, closest trading partner, the EU.
Shevaun, there seems to be something innately wrong. Businesses' number one concern is tax. I mean, I can think about so many concerns that businesses should have right now, from geopolitics to the economy to disruption in technology. I mean, a huge AI change coming, climate, competition. I could go on about the number of threats, cybersecurity. I mean, there are so many things that businesses should be focused on. The fact that tax is number one, doesn't that say something that the government has got it completely wrong if businesses are stewing about something that should be almost just an admin issue?
So look, we have to think about it in context. Over the last number of years, businesses have faced huge upheaval, Brexit, COVID, massive inflation, energy crisis, and then now this again. So businesses have been, been struggling with their upfront costs for quite some time, and this is another blow to that. They want to invest in those things you talked about. They want to invest in new digital technology, in new people. They want to expand. They want to grow. But when you're taking money up front from businesses, that's really hard to do. We need to reduce upfront costs so that businesses can, invest and grow at the front end. And remember, the UK is fundamentally a really strong economy. We have amazing, resilient businesses. I get the joy of traveling the country and meeting them day in and day out. But what they need is an easing of the upfront burden and opportunities for growth and the confidence that comes with that.